guys, today's video is about a GPS from Garmin. It's called Nuvi 57LM. It's a kind of like a base model GPS from Garmin. Probably around like $130, under $130, yeah. And it's a basically it has a 5-inch LCD screen, and it comes loaded with 49 states map, and I don't think it comes with the lifetime map updates. Probably that's kind of like additional charge, that you have to pay after a year, some 2 years later when you need some kind of like update. So basically this map, this GPS so basically this GPS, it's kind of like a cheaper version. There's expensive version too, but if you're kind of like you're looking for a practical GPS with just a solid navigation and with no extras, it could be a really good spend on your money, right? So basically, it's a basic GPS, and the features kind of like you're looking for is, I already mentioned, like 49 states, maps. Probably it has a, and it does has a touch screen, and the GPS looks pretty firm, it doesn't look so cheap material. I like the shape of the GPS. It's not kind of like a bulky, but it's kind of in the medium size, so where you can put it in a pocket too. It's kind of portable, I like that. I've used Garmin GPS before too, and I'm dropping a lot of times in the hard floor too, but sometimes you might not be that lucky, that it breaks too, it's plastic material, so be careful while you drop your GPS, like you don't intentionally drop it, but so it has a voice activated navigation, which kind of gives you so basically, so the next feature it has is the speed limit indicator. It kind of tells you both your current speed and the speed limit of the road you're driving on. It's a really good feature too, and basically the touch screen, it's kind of has a resolution of 480 times 270 pixels. The battery is pretty decent, it lasted probably around like 2 hours, for me. So it's like, when you need to charge your phone, then then you have to switch your charger, so that's really good a time, I mean, like the battery life when you charge it, it's pretty decent, it doesn't like charge doesn't goes off like every hour or something, so that's kind of good. I like the batteries, and basically, I mean, like it has the layout version, and the map is, you can set it as portrait or landscape mode, but when you set it on portrait, it's really good. When you want to see all the features on your on GPS, and I think GPS is good, I wish if it had voice I wish, if it had a voice activated navigation, that way you don't have to literally, type in those address, or some kind of like, it had some Bluetooth connection, that would have been more kind of like a bonus feature, for this GPS. But if you find and don't need those features, you good on that. One thing I like, it has 3D view, map view, that's kind of cool. And like your points of interest, that's kind of good, and you can set your backlit display or color display, screen size, so that's kind of good, and basically, it does have some number of waypoint points on your maps, that's nice too. The other feature, I would say, if it had was probably, and it does has a memory card slot, for storage. It doesn't have any smartphone compatibility, and if you're talking about navigation, it does have automatic. If you're talking about the navigation, it does has automatic rerouting, or you can avoid highways, tolls mode, and it does gives you turn by turn direction, which is pretty good, and to conclude, I think this GPS is, it's fine, I mean, like, if you just need a device, that can help you to navigate from point A to point B, it's a good device, but if you're looking for some additional features like voice activation, I think, if you're just looking for a basic GPS, that kind of, helps you to navigate from point A to point B, it's a, nice spin, but if you're looking for some additional features like those voice activated, command, or, some kind of Bluetooth, or, I mean, like, they have a lot of features these days, so if you're looking for some additional features, this is not the right GPS for you. But if you're looking for regular GPS, and save some money, then it could be a good buy for you. I mean, like, for me, what it matters is, the battery, how long the battery lasts, when I use the GPS, and how the navigation software, I mean, like, how easier it's to use, so that kind of makes a difference for me, because while I'm driving, because while I'm driving, I want a very, simple, a user-friendly GPS, and I've used the Garmin GPS. They've been pretty good at, the navigation, so yeah. But it all depends on all the users, who likes. Some might like it or some might not like it, but I just wanted to help you guys with this video. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks.